That's what that
Ninja appear! Hello, I am Novastar.
And I am Ultra. And today we're here because we're showing off the new Obsidian soundboard, the USB version.
It's called Obsidian because it's black, like the kind of obsidian, glassy kind of volcanic rock. And the whole reason for this Obsidian stuff, other than it sounding pretty cool and even sounding like Darth Sidious or something like that, would be that the black covering makes it very impervious to damage. You know, I bet I could throw this up and Ultra could baseball bat this thing into the next universe and it would still work.
Exactly. We wanted a soundboard that met what our users use our Sabers for, which is combat. That soundboard is encased in black epoxy, which essentially makes it virtually damage-proof. There's no way it can be short out. There's no way it can pieces can fall off it. It is designed from the ground up to be the most durable soundboard out there.
Additionally, the thing can be powered by a single lithium-ion cell, which is unlike some of the newer Force Effects boards or whatnot from Hasbro after they took over licensing from Master Replicas. You know, probably guys, some of you found they take 5 volts, 6 volts or something like that, and you have to do all these geriatrics with them, but you can run this board very nicely off a 3.6 volt battery and still power your LED very brightly.
Exactly. This board doesn't have any kind of power management that leaches power from the battery. If you put 3.6 volts to it, it's going to deliver 3.6 volts to the LED. And that's usually what people need. If you're going to run a higher voltage, this board doesn't have to just run LEDs. It can run EL, it can run anything, because it has a maximum input of 12 volts. If you run a 7.2 volt pack to it, you can run a Luxion 5 directly off the board. If you want to run 7.2 volts and you want to use a different LED, you can use a really inexpensive LED driver to power it, or you can use a resistor to power it. It's very versatile. USB can stand for Universal Serial Bus Attachments on it, or it can stand for Universal Soundboard. So the great thing about this soundboard in particular, we designed it with our users in mind. We posted polls, we asked them, what do you want in a soundboard? And they all said the same thing, well, it's got to be inexpensive. Got you covered there. It's half the price of our old sound option. You said you wanted something durable, we got that. You said you wanted high quality sounds, and that's when I went to Novastar, the only guy that does the high quality sound part. And we delivered. You guys want high quality sound? I could do the best there was. So you can use Novastar sound fonts on our board.
That's the real key, is that the board, and you're going to find this in a little bit when we actually are going to program the board a little bit, and you'll see that in a moment. The board has a USB port on it where you'll actually plug it in, and really don't have much issues to go on once you plug it into your computer. You can just upload a new sound font to it, unplug it, be done with it, change the configuration, all that kind of stuff, which we'll show you shortly. Alex is going to go ahead and turn on the Saber right now, and then he can demonstrate just how it sounds right now and the sensitivity and that kind of thing.
Me demonstrate nothing. Novastar is going to demonstrate. I'm going to get out of the way. This is his room. So.
Yes. Okay, so here you go. You've got your. This is the Obsidian font that we've put together. Alex and I actually worked on this font to make a nice one that's sort of an amalgamation of a lot of good sounds, similar to the original things that I did with the Novastar and Blackstar fonts. But it's pretty nice, you know. So you've got your swings. So you get all the clashes, of course, to it. Again, the sensitivity can be set different ways. This one is I believe it's the default settings, which is pretty moderate, but I can still make it do clashes. And of course, you get all that same kind of similar stuff. But again, pretty accurate for the whole swings too. If I just want swings out of it, okay? It's a pretty loud board too. Right now, this has a nice resonance cavity, but there is no other holes going on in this Saber. So if I want to do this, I can shut out all the resonance, and you can hear it's already pretty loud. So as you can imagine, if you have even bigger resonance cavities, it'll be nice and loud. I believe it's what's the amp on it?
The amperage, it can pump out 3 amps.
Oh, okay. Beyond that, I mean for the sound amp.
Oh, the sound amplifier is a 2-watt sound amplifier.
There you go, the 2 watts. I was trying to remember. So there you go. So I'll go ahead and turn this off. What you do is it's similar to the older board that Ultra had. You just hold it down, And there you go. And fortunately, that's a lot shorter. We talked about that, and obviously Alex knew that was going to be a better way to go. Just to mention a few little details on this board, this of course has an anti-vandal switch on it with a little blinky LED. That's kind of a specialized thing. Ultra is going to tell you a little bit more about this hilt, which is the consular hilt, and you guys will see more about that. It's kind of a customized one, but he can tell you a little bit about that, and then we're going to go ahead and program the board.
Alright, this is the consular hilt. There will be another video posted on our channel that goes in more detail. But this one has the anti-vandal switch on it. It has a blinking circuitry in it, and it's powered by a lithium-ion cell. That is not absolutely required to use the Obsidian board. The Obsidian board is very versatile in what kind of power you supply to it. You can supply alkaline batteries, NIM batteries, lithium-ion. The other thing about the Obsidian was the motion sensing and impact sensing is not done by a mechanical sensor. It's done by an electronic sensor which actually detects the motion of the board. So when you turn this on, that's something you won't get out of a Master Replica or Hasbro soundboard because the mechanical switches don't work that way. As you can see, very accurate pickups. And it's also very configurable, which we'll show you how to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and configure the Obsidian. First thing you want to do is get access to your USB port. Depending on how your Saber is configured, it depends on where the USB port would be. On this Saber, it's right here on the side of the battery pack. We turn the Saber on, and we plug in our cable. The computer doesn't need to load any drivers, so everything's plug and play. As long as you have Windows XP or above, it'll work. So we want to activate Obsidian USB.exe, and we'll go from there. Saber will turn off, let you know that it's connected. Okay, so here we have the Obsidian Launcher. In the Obsidian Launcher, you can do everything from upload new sound fonts, to create themes for your Saber, to change the configuration for the sensor. To change the configuration for the sensor, hit these tools, and the motion detection parameters will come up, along with the impact detection parameters. Every single one of these sliders gives you a visual representation of how sensitive you want the Saber to be. Changing each slider will change the way the Saber behaves, and you can set it up to match your behavior too. We won't go into detail about how each single slider changes the behavior, but if you want to know more, just hit F1, and we have a very extensive help file. This help file will tell you everything from installing the Obsidian to configuring sound files and to change the sensors. So let's go back to our video and show you how our new parameters work on this Saber.
Okay, so we're back. What we've done now is, of course, reconfigured the Obsidian board with a completely different font. It doesn't have the default Obsidian font on there now. It has Blackstar. Okay, so as you can see, you can quickly change out the font. We've also changed the sensitivity settings. Before, you could get a clash just by, just doing a little bit of stuff. Now I kind of got to put a lot more into it. So that's a nice thing. Maybe you want it that way where it doesn't, get the clash to happen as much. I personally like it when the clashes happen more often, but that's the whole point, is that it's personally configurable. So that's kind of a nice addition. I mean, you're not going to get that on a very small economy board. So even for the board's price, it's nice that you can configure these kind of things. Okay? So let me see again if I can. So even there. That shows you that it's a little harder to get it now out of it, and that shows you the difference between the settings.
Yeah, we turned the sensitivity settings way up so that
I really got to hit
you really have to whack to get it set. So,
ow!
We want to show you an extreme. You can make it really less sensitive or a lot.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You really notice the differences. It's not just like, well, what the heck did this change? So, and then again, I forgot to show the lockup. I was about to say, thanks for reminding me. So, lockup on this is similar to some of the old school stuff that Alex had, which is you press it just once, and that sets it into lock mode. So you can actually be spinning your Saber or doing whatever you want to stay in the lock mode, and then you press it once to get out of it. To shut it off, you just hold it down, and it goes off. Much shorter off time, which is nice. And of course, sometimes I'm making a little error of forgetting. Right now, to turn it on, you want to hold it for just a brief few seconds. Bam! Comes on. Okay, so there you go. And go ahead and shut it off. So there you go. That's the new Obsidian board. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more, but we don't want to make these videos forever. You guys will be bored. of just seeing us sit around and yabber about it, but we're really excited about it. I'm excited to be working with Ultra on this. I think it's going to be a great thing for everybody to get. That's the thing, the quantity of the boards we didn't even think about is.
Oh yeah, thousands and thousands. This board will not be one of those things where you come out and it's always sold out. Our first batch, several hundred, more on the way. We're scheduled this year to do about 4,000 boards.
Yeah, so that quantity, and that's the thing we really wanted to do, and Ultra and I talked about this, is the bottom line was we said we don't want people to be like, please, I need a soundboard, where can I get one? And have to scrap it out and get like the kind of cheesy $10 Hasbro ones, or worry about, oh, okay, I have to buy a Force FX Saber, cannibalize it, put it in the Saber that I want, what do I do with the parts? Oh, I didn't want it in the first place, and then that whole thing anyways of the Hasbro boards having the digital sensors, the little ball bearing sensors, you guys probably know that. But anyway, so there you go, Obsidian board and the new consular hilt. Check that out, ultrasabers.com, baby. And I think that's about it.
I think we're ready to go.
We're out of here. Ninja!